We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app, live on YouTube. We just came from the hallway, Hop Keto in the hallway with Carnation and Tuala. Marsha Collier, who's in studio with us right now, she said, I want to try that as well. So we might try that again with Marsha Collier. Marsha, you didn't go anywhere, but it's good to see you again.
Oh, yeah. Good to see you again. You haven't changed.
There's so much stuff that we can talk about in the world of tech, but I know that a problem most people have is managing their email inbox, how they can get through all those emails. Now, I have a search function, which it's hard for me to really organize my email inbox, but I know that Gmail has a good search function and I can find a lot of things. But for some people, it's that time of year they want to do some decluttering.
It does. And you can learn all the fancy searches for Gmail, like from with a colon.
Yep.
And you can do those. Find all of those and bulk delete all that. But it gets a little tedious because there are a lot of names you won't remember. Like there's a lot of PR people who email me and it's upsetting. So many people. I looked at my inbox and there were 18,000 in there.
I won't tell you how many of mine, but yes, we're comparable.
I mean, it was pathetic. So a new thing that I hear about from Google, which I thought was incredible. It's called managed subscriptions. Well, there are a lot of things that we subscribe to, but we don't know that we subscribe to them.
We've been subscribed.
Yeah. It kind of gets delivered in our mail, which is, daily deals, ads, promotions, weekly newsletters from people you never heard of. Oh, I love those. Thank you so much for those. And you've been hiding in my email box, but I've got a new solution, and it's called Gmail's Managed Subscriptions View. Mo, I don't know if you're going to want to try this on a laptop or you're going to try it on your phone, but with the Managed Subscriptions View, you can find all the things that you are subscribed to and people who keep sending you emails.
All right, so where do I find the Managed Subscriptions tab, a button?
Okay. You're on a laptop.
Yes.
Click on the navigation bar in the top left corner of your inbox.
Okay.
And select Manage Subscriptions.
I'm trying to think. Okay, I'm here. So I don't know if we're seeing the same thing.
I did it. Scroll down and see if it hasn't automatically installed on your...
I don't know. But go ahead. I don't want to.
It's there. I've found it. You poke around. I put it on my phone and I did it on my laptop.
Okay.
You can click, or maybe it's not in the settings. It is on the left-hand side. It's there. There's when you find it.
I'll find it.
And I wish I could get on Mo's computer and show you how to. Maybe we can figure out how to do that. When you find it, all of a sudden, you've got this massive list. Mine had to have been over 100 people. It was a list of all the senders who have sent me multiple emails that look to Google that they need to be unsubscribed or have a subscription. It'll show up. You'll notice there's a little down arrow that appears in your, you have primary, promotions, updates, any folders you've set up. And then you'll find an arrow that says Manage Subscriptions when you click it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you find that, you can click on the name. And when you click on the name, you'll see all these emails that they've sent you. You're just going to say, I haven't opened any of these. Not one. So you just click one button and they're all gone. Then you click another button and Google will unsubscribe them from your mailbox.
Something we've also discussed, and this is where it gets complicated, or it does for me, because sometimes those managed subscriptions, the subscription link is fake and it's trying to take you somewhere to...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got that. But when I looked at my sent mail after this, it's some sort of Google code to unsubscribe.
Because
I had this whole list of sent mail, and it was gibberish letters as the email address. It didn't even reveal it to me. So perhaps Google takes it out of the code, the pre-code that comes in the header of the email, and they send it to that. Perhaps. So it works really well. I got bored doing it because there were so many of them. Gmail does a good job, I think, of getting rid of spam. They say let me say.
On mine is pretty accurate. I don't have to mark everything spam. For the most part, the algorithm works for me.
And have you ever looked in your spam mailbox?
Unfortunately, I have. And I said, "Ooh, thank goodness I missed all these."
Right?
Because if there was no filter, the amount of junk would be overwhelming.
And you'd be paying for that space that they take up.
Right.
And that's something you have to think of. We all say we're worried about having too much stuff in the mailbox, but remember, there's also a cost. You only get, I think it's 15 gigabytes for free.
It's 15.
The minute you go over that, you need to pay. And when people send pictures, also, by the way, while we're at it, when you're in your settings, which is on the right side of your desktop screen for Gmail, go in there and set privacy and security to not have pictures load when you open an email.
And why would you do that?
Two things. That lets the person on the other end know that you're a live human being and you've opened the email.
When they load, okay. Mm-hmm.
And second of all, it could have something on there that may be harmful to your computer just by letting that picture load.
Wow, so many things to worry about.
So, yeah, well, it makes it kind of a pain in the butt because then you have to, when you get an email, I want to see that purse. And you have to click show pictures from this sender. And then it'll show it for the email you're looking at. But if you want to see further, in other words, you trust Target, you trust Saks Fifth Avenue, you can say, show all pictures from this sender. And it will show all pictures every time you click opening their email. So these are some things.
Right.
But if you get all that junk out of your mailbox, and like I said, as an alternative, even if it's people you like, just go in the search box, from, and the name of the sender. You'll get all their emails, and you can click at the top, little box, click in there, and it'll light up all the ones down there. I always scroll down to be sure there's nothing in there that I really want to keep, and then delete them.
Marsha Collier, I love it when you come on here because I always learn something when you come on here. As a matter of fact, let's talk about brushing scams. I know a lot of people, myself included, doing a lot of shopping with Amazon because of Amazon Prime sale, and we may be expecting packages to show up because we're making a lot of purchases. But what are we supposed to do if you're getting unknown packages?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to know, why is it called brushing? I don't get it.
We'll find out in just a moment.
I don't get it.
It's Later with Mo Kelly, Tech Thursday with Marsha Collier, KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640. It's Later with Mo Kelly, Tech Thursday. In fact, Marsha Collier joins us in studio. You can see her live with me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Marsha Collier, this is a time in which people are making a lot of purchases. They expect to receive something from Amazon, specifically because it's Prime sale, one of the many that they have. But sometimes, from what I hear, there are products that may just show up that people don't ask for, they didn't pay for, and they should be concerned.
Yeah, I mean, we get a silo of boxes from Amazon. I mean, we buy a lot from Amazon. We have our subscribe and save, which shows up every month. You expect those. You know they're going to be there. But occasionally, and this happened to me, is I got one of those book envelopes. I'm going, I didn't order a book. And I opened it up, and it's some religious something. And I looked at it and said, I didn't order this. And I go to my account, and I didn't order this. And I was young and naive at the time, and I called Amazon like they were going to tell me. And they won't tell you who sent it to you. They just will not.
Did it have your correct name and address, or was it just your address?
My name and address. Exactly correct. And I thought it was kind of spooky, especially when the second book came a few weeks later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing you can do except I've got an answer for you.
Okay.
It may look harmless when you get these, but really it's proof of something. It's proof of somebody has gotten your information from one of the breaches. They have breached one of your accounts online. Or let's say on Amazon, if you go to an account that has like all these positive feedbacks, everything, the product is really great, and this is something you've received for free and you don't know how or why you got it, it's generally because they've gotten hold of your data, they've sent you it, and they use their email address so they can go ahead and write a review of their product.
And it would be, quote unquote, verified because...
Verified purchase,
right.
right.
Oh, my goodness. Mm-hmm.
Right, so that's one way. The other one is it could lead to credit fraud. Think of it. How much of your information do they... By the way, your doctor doesn't need your social security number. I'm real tired of being scammed by doctors and ask. It's true. They don't need your social security number.
No, they don't.
And every time I walk into a new one, I say, you don't need that. Why do you need that?
What do they usually, without getting all your business on the air, what then is their acceptable verification of information?
Usually your birth date is something that is used, and that's used by a lot of doctors or offices everywhere. Cedars-Sinai, for example, uses your birth date. Your dentist uses your birth date. A lot of people do. But your social security number should never be given up. Phishing scams, they've got your email. They're going to send you stuff in email. And like we said, you don't know if you've subscribed or not. They can make it look like the email came from somewhere else. Don't click the link, even if you know who it is. When I get something from Citibank or somewhere like that, it'll have a link. No, thank you.
Type it in the address
type
bar.
it in the and you've been there before, so you start typing it and it shows up anyway.
The autocomplete.
Right, autocomplete takes care of it, so you don't have to worry that you're going to get to the right place. But the U.S. Postal Service has made a huge deal out of this because it's major fraud. They've set up a website at USPIS.gov. That's the U.S. Postage Inspection Service. You go there when you get one of these packages and report it. Then it'll ask a bunch of questions. Federal investigators will trace the origin to stop future systems.
So don't try to return it because a lot of people with Amazon they think, hey, I didn't order this, so they try to return it.
If you call Amazon, you're just wasting your time because they don't care. If you try to contact the person that sent it to you, don't do that. Do not ever engage, because if you've gotten it for free, somebody has sent it to you for some reason that's not to your benefit.
Always nefarious.
And they will ask, believe me, social engineering is it's a talent. People can get information out of you that you have no idea. So don't get on the phone with them. Stay away. And another thing, don't scan any QR codes on the package because they may have been put there to download malicious malware.
They got us at every turn.
Exactly.
Because that's seemingly innocent enough. QR code, put your phone over it and scan it.
Right.
So just don't open the door. Don't leave your house. Don't open your window shades. Don't answer the phone. Don't go to the grocery store. Nothing.
Nothing is free.
I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. It seems like at every turn, we are in danger of having our data stolen.
Well, do you know there are websites that sell counterfeit U.S. postage stamps?
This is depressing.
Yeah, it is. Because then you're going to get arrested for using the counterfeit postage.
And your money's gone, and whatever you're trying to send is not going to go through the mail.
No, and you're going to get in trouble.
But to be fair, I haven't used a postage stamp in I don't know when.
I mail once a month.
I know my mother does. She is still more comfortable with sending things in the mail. I think that ship sailed for me in 2004.
No, I don't like using an envelope, writing down the address, spending. How much is a stamp now?
I think it's 67 cents or 68 cents. Stephen, do you know?
Getting to that point. It's almost $1 at this point.
Okay. Postage stamp.
Forget about Bitcoin. We should have bought Forever stamps a decade ago.
Well, my mother did. She has a bunch of Forever stamps. So to her credit, she's at least saving money in that regard. I just don't know of any reason to buy a book of stamps.
78 cents.
It's 78?
Ludicrous.
Yeah.
That's just insane.
The current cost of a Forever stamp for domestic first class mail is 78 cents.
So they've built in the increase
of the Forever.
Yeah. So they know that it may be 73 for a postage stamp, but we're going to charge you 78 for a Forever stamp. So we have the
so
increase built in.
Yeah, exactly. And how has this murdered the gift card industry? Think about it.
That's true.
You would send birthday cards to people. I know some really creative people. They use cardstock in their printer, and they have some stock things, and they'll make little 4x6 postcards and send them out because at least postcards are cheaper.
I think I've sent 2 postcards in my life. Once I was in Barcelona, just to prove, and I think that was maybe 2003-ish. And I think that was the last time I sent a postcard.
When I was in Barcelona, it snowed.
My condolences. It's too bad. Yeah, it was great for me. In fact, I was there, and the month was September, so the weather was fantastic.
It's beautiful there, just beautiful there. And did you go to the monastery with museum?
No, I did not.
Anybody who goes to Barcelona, Montserrat Monastery is up in the mountains. They have a private art collection. The monks there have a private art collection, aside from having the Black Madonna in the museum, the actual one. The best art collection I've ever had, because I'd walked up to the pictures. I recognized the artist by the style, but I had never seen any of that art before. And they have ancient religious, real, ancient stuff that they have. You walk into a room and it's vacuum sealed when you walk in. It's amazing.
Travel changes and improves us.
It does, but nobody knows about that. It's the museum at Montserrat Monastery.
So you come in for some tech and you give some travel advice as well.
Why not?
Marsha Collier, I always love sitting with you. How can people find you, just in case?
You can find me kind of on Twitter. I do check, but Twitter's getting to be a lonely place. But I still check for other people that I know that are on there. I'm at Marsha Collier. Or Marsha Collier, MarshaCollier.com on the internet. And there's a contact page. And sorry about the old pictures.
Always great to see you, Marsha Collier, but maybe old pictures, but we have you live and in person in the studio.
Thank you, Mo. It's fun being here. I love seeing all of you and getting your emails and your messages.
We'll be in touch.
Okay.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Mr. Mo Kelly, he warns us all. Says autonomous vehicles might be our downfall. But then to all it comes on and claims it's all under control. He says Mo Kelly is wrong, but Mo thinks he's on the payroll of Waymo. Waymo be bad, run you over. Waymo be bad, run over grand. Waymo
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. And just a show note, tomorrow I'm going to be out of town. In fact, I'm going to a martial arts seminar in Pleasanton, California. So we will have a best of tomorrow. But that's the bad news, if you will. The good news is we're going to do one more Hop Keto in the hallway before the show's over. So going to the top of the hour at the end of next segment, do one more example of Hop Keto in the hallway. So if you want to log on to YouTube now and get ready for that. And also when you log on, let's say you're logging on for the first time, you've never seen the video portion of the show before, make sure you like and subscribe. You subscribe, it makes it easier to find the next time you get on YouTube. It will pop up as far as the live that's running. And if you like it, it just helps us. So we're not charging anyone for it. So it helps us and it gives us even more inspiration to do more and more videos. Daniel's been doing a lot of videos, making sure we have clips available that you can share and tell your friends about. It's the coolest thing right now in radio.
And how much does it cost?
Free 99. Free 99. And you'll be able to see also the Hop Keto in the hallway as part of the show. Because if you're listening right now, you can't see it. It's all visual. It's video, baby. 21st century. Now let's talk about this wayward Waymo. Waymo is offering teen accounts for rides. No, not like, for example, Tuala has 2 kids, all right? Mm-hmm. One is an adult, but I'll just, for the sake of this, 2 kids. Heretofore, they would have to use Tuala's account to get a ride. Now, his daughter, who is not 18, can get her own account on Waymo. And I feel some kind of way about that. I don't feel comfortable. Why is it they need to have my child's name and information? Yeah, they probably have dad's credit card. Okay, I got that. Mm-hmm. But I will defer to Tuala until he says something which is a lie.
Mo.
Yes.
Right now, it is the exact same as when we first discussed Uber for teens. This is basically, if I have a Waymo account, I can add my daughter to my account. So that way I don't have to necessarily say order or set up rides for her. If she knows what time she is leaving school, she can set it up herself. I can see everything that's happening. She can't say, hey, I'm going to home, and all of a sudden I see it's going to the mall. No, it can't do that. I can look up and see what it is that she's doing, and I can see that it's picking her up from school and taking her home, and I know what time it's doing all of that. I can watch it all. Okay?
You're a horrible father.
This is the exact same as
Child Protective Services.
As children who come to our school, the school that I work at, we have a lot of children who receive transportation services. The transportation companies, they have all the parents' information, they have all the children's information, all the data they need to know about the child, and they pick up these kids, they take them home, and that is basically the new way. With the old story of which would a woman rather, a man or a bear, I'm sure she would say a Waymo. Why? Because it would get her home safely, and there's no man in the car that could possibly attack her. I am sending here's my thing, because my daughter's about to start a new school, 10th grade. She's about to, be there, right? The school is closer to where she lives, and she gets out a little earlier. So for me, it's like, ooh, I don't want her having to wait after school for
you
an hour
would put
and a
her
half.
in a Waymo death trap.
In a Waymo versus having some scurvy dude come and pick her up to take her home. I don't trust that. And no offense, Foosh, you're not scurvy.
Hey.
Foosh, you're not scurvy and scaly and full of gangrous
How do you know that you just saying like he has a Middle East, not Middle Eastern, a Middle age disease?
All of that. That's what's happening.
From the Middle Ages?
That's what's happening in the Uber Lyft community right now. I just can't
like he's
trust
on anemia
my
pizza
daughter
to Santa Maria.
in it. And here's the thing. Look, I had my son, because I didn't make it back to pick him up the other day. I had him take a Waymo home. But you know what he can do? He can fight. Okay? He can fight. All right? So I don't have to worry about him.
I didn't see that coming.
All right? He can
Neither did
throw
I.
down. My daughter, she would be out there with Carnisha trying to struggle to get out of the Hop Keto elbow, a wrist grab. I can't have that. So I know I'm not putting her in the car. Mo, she is getting in a car with no guys, no girls even, no one that could possibly kidnap her, and they're going to take her to the house. and it's going to drop her off, and I'm going to be able to follow the ride. Hell yes. Thank you, Waymo.
So if anyone
for making it
surrounds the
easier
car,
for
the
us
car's
parents.
just going to lock up.
Mo, you act like there's just roving gangs of men walking around, making it surround Waymo.
As
That's
a matter
not
of
what's
fact,
happening.
yes, we've had a guest on this show, grown ass man who got stuck in a Waymo, just kept going in circles, couldn't get out.
No, that was in the beta testing phase. He got in it when it was where it was in Phoenix where they were doing the beta test. That's where he got in.
Wait. Where are these Waymo teen accounts starting out? Phoenix.
This is years later after Waymo's already going.
Beta
No, it's
testing
not. No, it's not.
For teen accounts.
This is just making sure that everyone can take advantage of all these Waymos. I'm waiting for Waymo to get to the valley still. Waymo, I need you in the valley.
You know, for all this bootlicking you're doing, they have not offered you an official position. They're still paying you under the table.
This is absolutely
you would think you get
scandalous
some better form of kickback.
This is scandalous slander, and I will not have my name dragged through the mud like that. I am just a proud technologist, and I love seeing the future now.
Mark Ronner, have you been in a Waymo yet?
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
And I'm not in a hurry to do it. And I want a forensic audit of Tawala's bank account.
You do know that when you are being paid to endorse a product, you're supposed to let people know on the air.
And that's how you know I'm not. I've taken the test, and that's not the one we're even doing right now. We're doing violence in the workplace. We already did the whole payola plugola test. That was earlier in the year.
It turns out we're against violence in the workplace. Who knew?
Yeah, right.
Right. Oh, there's so many stories I could tell with that one. So many.
I always think, I'm just like, imagine someone taking that test and just being like, oh, we're not supposed to do that?
Right. Like, wait a minute, we've been.
Oh, wait, really? Wait, I can't hit some. Oh, okay.
That's a violation.
I mean,
but just last week.
But even the verbal violations, because there's also a section of verbal attacks in there, things you cannot say to a coworker. And I'm sure Mark can attest to this. There have been people here, even those in a managerial position, who have totally defied that.
Yeah. For those who don't know, every 2 or 3 months, we have to do these online training sessions, which take anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour. And you have to listen to these fake people because they have, like, they're all actors and they have these scenarios that you have to, like, John comes up and says, Susie, hey, you want to sleep with me tonight? And then they give you a multiple choice, like, A, is that inappropriate? B, should Susie tell her supervisor? C, A and B. It's just really, really dumb.
D, she should go home with him or something.
Right. Yeah, right. There's always that one that you're like, why would anyone think that that's the answer?
Yeah, well, here's a spoiler. The answer to all the questions is you narc everyone out about everything all the time.
Yeah. You're right. It's like, tell your supervisor. When in doubt, tell your supervisor.
It's always some form of narky.
Yes.
It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640. We're going to talk about the bees, which are attacking and killing people in Arizona. What is up with Arizona? You got Waymos for kids and bees killing people in Arizona. Don't go to Arizona. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And I always have to quickly reset. When I talk about bees, it's because Tawala put a story in the stack regarding bees. When I talk about bees, I feel compelled to remind people that I have a phobia of them. Not a fear, but a phobia, an unrealistic, irrational fear of them. Yes, I've been stung by a bee before, stung me on the nose just once. But if there's a bee around me, I probably will freak out. I don't even play around with that. It's not even something you can joke with me. In other words, like, if you said, Mo, there's a bee on your back, I would freak out. No exaggeration. So we have a bee story to talk about. It has to do with bee murder.
Yeah, you couldn't even watch the video that Daniel put up last time.
Nope. I'll get nightmares. I'm being serious. Nope. And some of the worst nightmares I've ever had to do with bees. It's usually like a bumblebee or a carpenter bee. Dead serious. No exaggeration. So I don't want to, like, fill my mind with all those thoughts about bees because I'll start having nightmares. But on Monday of this week, a man was murdered murdered. Nicholas Lopez Soto. Murdered by bees while they were just using a lift to remove stucco from a side column near the roof area. In fact, this was a bee colony which was going to be removed the next day. If they would have just waited 24 hours to do this work, it might be alive today.
Okay, now, before you go any further, I just have to say, this is the one time I agree with you that these bees assassinated this
Sure did.
gentleman, because they were removing the paneling so that the next day bee trappers could come in and remove the hive. I believe the bees caught word of this and they said, you know what we're going to do? We are going to assassinate poor Mr. Soto to send a message to this community. Don't come blanking with us bees.
It was a premeditated, preemptive assault on an unsuspecting man.
That is true.
And I'm really angry at Daniel because he's trying to put up video to taunt me right now on our YouTube channel page. Poor Mr. Soto, who was taken to the hospital after this inexcusable attack on him, where he later died. They don't know whether he was actually allergic to bees, but after 100 or so stings, does it really matter? Doesn't really matter. They say he had about 24 bee stings, so maybe I overestimated and exaggerated. But 24 bee stings. I know I freaked out with just one. Stefan, how many times have you been stung by a bee?
I think once when I was really, really little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark, how about yourself?
It's been quite a while, and it can't have been very many times, but I know I didn't lose my mind over it like you are.
What are you trying to say? Huh?
I think I just said it.
Okay. Twala?
I think just maybe once in my lifetime. I think I put my hand down on some grass and a bee was in it and stung my hand.
Carnesia, how many times?
Once, but it was a wasp. It wasn't a bee.
That's
So
worse.
it doesn't matter.
Okay, well, yeah.
Okay, a murderer is a murderer. It doesn't have to be a specific type of murder.
Okay, it's not all bees. And all bees don't
All
look
bees.
alike. Let's not do that to the bees.
No, they're the African American bees, which are the big carpenter bees.
Yeah, okay. These, yes, you've got the African American bees. You've got the murderous murder hornets.
Yes.
You've got
the carnivorous ones.
Yes, you've got just a regular worker carpenter bee that's just building, just digging in the wood, building, making nests and things. You've got our honeybees.
It's huge.
It is huge, but it doesn't sting.
Have one land on you.
Well, I mean, I don't need to.
But that's the point. You're gonna put that to the test.
Look, Mo, I'm just saying this is one time. This one time I found a story that supports your theory that bees do have it within them to kill. But you cannot say all bees kill. These bees murdered this man.
They milked
outright.
his ass.
They plotted it. They planned it. They said, what we're going to do, we're going to wait. As soon as they take that paneling down, you 12, you are our sacrificial bees. We love you for doing this. Thank you, God, for standing up for the colony. We love you all. They waited until he came and zap.
Stephen Mangrum on the YouTube chat says, I want to see Mo use Hapkido on a swarm of bees during the break. No, I'm just running. There's no interaction. There is no, I'm not trying to kick a swarm of bees. I'm not trying to punch them. It's not like they're going to grab my wrist. It's like, there's no weapon I can use on the bees. All I can do is run and hopefully get somewhere they can't. That's all I can do.
You need some therapy, and I'm here to help because I care about you.
No, you don't.
And no, I do to some degree somehow. And if you remember the old Saturday Night Live sketches with John Belushi as part of the bee gang, you know, they've got the antenna on the like the slinkies and stuff. I think if we all wore those kinds of costumes to work, maybe this would help you kind of calm down from this.
Is this like Batman? You throw them in the well, and then they start, having bats around them so you can get over his fear of bats.
Immersion therapy, or whatever.
Yes, that's what it is, Mo. You're Batman. Anything to get you over this.
You're Batman.
Hapkido in the hallway. KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulating talk.